Hey guys, welcome back to HyperTora. I've got my Tokyo treat here for September. It arrived last week sometime. It's my fault it's not up. I've been away at summer camp and then I was ill when I got back at the weekend, so I've only just felt like opening this up now. So I've entirely forgot what this month's or September's box was themed. I can't remember, so I have to find out when we open it up. So let's see what we've actually got inside here. Okay, I don't think I even knew the theme in the first place, so that's pretty cool. We got a movie night, so that's our theme, and we got a load of funky, colourful candies in here as well. So let's open this up to our information page, because my Japanese is pretty bad, at least on the reading front. Where is it? We got a DIY, there we go, snack menu, just so we know what we've got. Okay, so this is the premium box. The only other box you can get is Classic. Premium has, I think, about 5 extra items in it. Usually a lot bigger. They got rid of, they used to have small, medium, large. They got rid of that. You've just got Premium and Classic now. And I'll try and remember to say which things are actually from the Premium box. But first up, we've got, I think this is our party or our share snacks. So if I can see this on here, yeah. So we've got fluffy corn puffs from an animated film. It's a popular character from Japan. It's really nice that they've started doing these kind of share and party packs, because there are lots of individual bags, so you don't have to sit and eat a massive pack at once. Pretty cool. They look a little bit like hula hoops in the packaging, but obviously corn puffs, which hula hoops aren't, so they're going to be a little bit different. So that'd be an interesting thing to look up and see what it's like. Up next, we've got what looks like to be another corn snack. So corn puff rings, spicy pepper pea. So spicy pepper, really interesting. I'm not sure I've tried spicy pepper pea corn puff rings, so that's something different. I don't know if that's pea corn or if it's peas as in peas. I'm assuming it's some sort of pea corn, but that would be interesting to find out. Up next, we've got another corn snack. This box seems to be full of corn, obviously popcorn for smoothies. So this is one of the premium items. It looks like it's going to be strawberry flavoured almost. Popcorn snack, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know if it's actually popcorn in there or if it's the heart flavoured thing that's on there. It might be a mixture. And then we've got a little, what looks to be a sticker on the back. That's pretty cool. And strawberry caramel, that's really interesting. Strawberries. Next up, I think this looks like some sort of soy sauce snack. Where is this? So this is a brown sugar traditional wheat puff. So it's not soy sauce. I'm sure I've had one of these before with soy sauce flavouring in it, which is just the colour made me think of soy sauce. But it's apparently brown sugar. That's going to be pretty cool. It's a wheat puff snack. If I remember correctly, they're quite sugary or quite sweet. Next up, we got our Amiibo. It looks like it's going to be shrimp flavoured, just looking at the packaging. Shrimp mayonnaise. We get Amiibo in pretty much every box we get every month now. Different flavours though, so they're always interesting to try out. Though I think sometimes the flavours in these kind of repeat, or they're very close, especially with the shrimp ones. What do we got? We got Hokkaido matcha milk candy. So we got some green tea candy. These are hard candy. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Matches. If you've tried the green tea ceremony, you can sometimes find it's quite strong if you're not used to it. Compared to the actual green tea most people drink. If you get proper pure matcha green tea, it can be pretty bitter. So I'm still recovering. I keep on saying that. I've been recovering for a while from the matcha tea ceremony I took part in. It put me off matcha slightly, just because of how bitter it was, even though most of the sweets are a lot sweeter. Oh, I think I'm going to love what's up next. So we got a grape candy of some sort. So this is stretchy grape gummies, which you can tear and rip and do all sorts of stuff. That's pretty cool. I absolutely love grape and melon flavoured candies from Japan, especially gummies. So I think this might be one of my favourite items, at least my favourite that's come out of the box so far. Next up, we've got some potato chips. Oh, that's going to be interesting. So these are from the premium box, and obviously looking at the picture there, they're plum chips, or Kishu plum, which normally means sour plum. I've actually got some of these in my kitchen, which we use for a dare thing back at Christmas. They're very sort of bitter or sour. Definitely not like the sweet plums that you get off a tree. I made the mistake, I think when I was in Japan, of eating one thinking it was a cherry because they're quite small, and then found it out it wasn't a cherry. It was very bitter and salty, which gave me a bit of a shock. Some of these can actually be reasonably nice. They're not too bad. If you're not used to it though, it might be a little bit off-putting. Okay, up next we've got another candy I think we've had definitely before. It feels a little bit solid, so I'm not sure if it's melted in the box during its trip, because obviously we've had a bit of a heat wave, and I think when this was travelling. So this is our chocolate banana, kind of mushroom shaped candy. They're quite interesting. They're like little biscuit things with chocolate topped in the shape of a mushroom. It really does feel like that's melted into a clump, so it's going to be interesting to see how that is when I open it up. Next up, we've got some, I think these are some sort of crackers. Yeah, rice crackers, coated with sweet kanako or roasted soybean powder. I think we've had a packet of these before in one of our Tokyo treat boxes, so not entirely new. I think the soy sauce ones, I wasn't massively keen on these. I mean, they're alright, but they're not something I'd go and pick up because I have a bit of a sweet tooth. They're a bit more of a savoury thing. But I'll open them up and see if we can tell the difference between the two flavours. Next up, this looks like it's going to be our DIY candy. So this is strawberry soft serve ice cream DIY. So that's going to be a little quite interesting. It's quite small. I've got some more to the side there ready for this. So I absolutely love doing the DIY candies. Next up, we've got a little marshmallow. Not much to say about that, I don't think. Does it have a flavour? So this is actually from the premium box, apparently. Marshmallow twist. Doesn't give me a flavour, so I'm hoping from the green it might be melon, because I've never had a melon mushroom before. Not mushroom, marshmallow. Up next, we're almost done. We've got our pineapple high chew. So that's going to be pretty cool. I don't think I've really ever tried too many pineapple chews. I think I've had a few before maybe. But they're pretty cool. That sounds pretty nice. It's going to be quite nice and sweet. And then finally, we've got our drink, which is our premium item for the month, which is Pokemon themed. Having seen this on Our Ember, that they were teasing this. And this is apparently mango flavoured. And they've got a variety of different kind of designs on the front, which they've been putting in these boxes. So you might have a slightly different design to what I've received here. But I'm looking forward to trying out the mango stuff, the mango flavouring anyway. That's it for this box. I'm going to try some of this stuff now and actually see what it's like. I'm starting off with the drink, I think. Almost smells more like pineapple than mango. It's definitely a fizzy drink. There is a hint of mango there. It's quite a light hint. It's not very strong. I suppose it depends on your taste. I prefer very strong, but it's not weak, but it's not as strong as I perhaps like. But it's quite a nice drink nonetheless. Quite fruity and refreshing. What we got? Next up, we've got our popcorn snacks. Let's have a go and look at these after I've seen what sticker I have. Comes off. What we got? So we got a little sticker. Reminds me of Sailor Moon, but not quite. I can't quite remember the anime, but this is supposed to be. It looks familiar. If you know what that anime is, post it down below. Let me know, because I can't remember. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So we do have a mixture of popcorn in here as well as these little strawberry hearts. So I think these are just going to be normal flavoured. It's normal salted popcorn, and then we've got our strawberry snacks. It's quite an interesting combination. I think I probably would have put sweet popcorn in it with this rather than it's either plain or slightly salted popcorn. I would have sweetened the popcorn slightly to bring it up to the sweetness of the other snacks that are in there. But that's quite nice. And, I love the strawberry flavouring in those things. I want to save the DIY to last. Let's open this up and see what state this is actually in, because I have a bad feeling it's melted together. Ah, lovely. So that's not quite survived the journey how I would hope it would. Obviously the heat wave that we had at the beginning of the months kind of melted that into a block. It smells very strong of banana. Banana chocolate's always very flavourable. So I think it's still going to taste very nice, even though it's melted together. I think I'll just have to bite a chunk off of this. It's really nice. I love the banana flavoured chocolate in that. It's always, obviously it's quite interesting. It's all melted together. I'd suppose I'd sit there and eat the whole thing at once anyway, so it probably doesn't matter too much to me. Next up, we're going to try out these rice snacks from the premium box. So, I think they said there were 2 flavours in here. I'm not entirely sure how I tell the difference between them. So I think it might be potluck. So it's kind of a little smushed biscuit almost. There, this has actually got some powder on it, so it might be, I'm not sure what it is. Enjoy taste it, but let's see. Doesn't quite taste like soybean. I'm not entirely sure. I can't quite tell what that is, which of the 2 flavourings that is. So when you get this box, if you get this box, have a try, see if you can work out the difference between the 2. I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to tell the difference between sweet Kanaka and soybean powder, because I don't eat them very often, so I'm not entirely sure what sweet Kanaka is anyway. Next up, we've got some of our corn snacks. So these are almost look like little hula hoops. That's pretty funky. So they're really cool little candy, sort of savoury snacks there. Looking at them almost reminds me of noodles a little bit. They're quite plain. They're just a plain corn snack. I can't really taste much in the way of flavouring in this. Not that there's any issue with that. There's no strong flavours to that. It's quite plain, which can be quite nice sometimes actually. When you get a box of stuff in Japan, you can have quite some unusual flavours in there. So that's quite nice, I think, just for snacking on. Next up, we've got our sour plum crisps. I think we've had something like this before inside the Trick or Treat box. I think we had sour plum crisps before as well, I think. If I remember rightly, it tasted more like salted potato chips rather than sour plum, but there is some sourness to that. But to me, it almost makes it taste a bit more like salt and vinegar flavoured crisps or chips than anything else. There is definitely a plum flavour to that slightly, but it tastes almost more like salt and vinegar crisps or chips than anything else. But it's quite nice. It's not like eating a raw sour plum. It's quite nice to eat that. I think raw sour plum, most of you might turn your head away about. Next up, we've got another corn snack. And these almost look like mini Amiibo. So, the Amiibos look a bit like this, they're just longer. But this is meant to be spicy, I think. Spicy pepper pecan puff rings. It tastes quite nice. To me, just like normal corn puff rings. I don't taste too much spice in that. But I've got quite a high spice threshold because of the spices I use when I'm cooking for curries. So even though I can't notice any spice in that, if you're very sensitive to spice, you might notice it. It's not much of a tingle on my tongue at all, so I don't think it's very spicy at all. It's very mild, if at all spicy. If you're very sensitive to spice and you get this box, do try it out and let me know how spicy you find it. Okay, what do we want to do next? Let's go through the actual Amiibo. I don't open these up all too often. So that's why I said they look very similar, except this is just one long stick. And this is shrimp flavoured. Quite a hint of shrimp in that. Almost felt a bit spicy to start off with, but I think it's the mayonnaise, which shouldn't be spicy anyway. I think it was just the flavour made it sort of confuse my tongue slightly. Yeah, that's quite nice actually. I think I'll finish that one off quite nicely. Next up to try out is the pineapple chews. I'm not sure if these... I don't think these are gum. I think it's just going to be a gummy, chewy candy that I can swallow. That's pretty cool. So it's a little white in the centre with yellow pineapple on the outside. It's got a sweet pineapple smell to it. Almost a bit like candy floss. These are very chewy actually. And there was a lot chewier than I expected that to be. Normally I can chew and eat those things pretty quickly. But yeah. Next up is our Hokkaido matcha milk candy. I'll open one of these up and see what it's like. I won't be able to eat this all on camera because it would take me ages to suck this. Our candy is very green in there. Yeah, so that's definitely got a green tea flavour to it. I think it's not very strong on the start off, but I think as I had that, I could taste it. It's obviously not going to be as bitter as drinking proper green tea. But nonetheless, if you like green tea, that's a pretty good snack actually, and there's quite a few of those in that bag. Next up is our brown sugar puff snack. Wheat puff. Taste it, I can smell that brown sugar. It's quite a rich smell. I just love how that puffs up. I know it's wheat puff, but it's all, when you look at it, it's almost like strands of sugar, or it feels like you're eating strands of sugar, which is pretty cool. It's really nice and sweet, which is great for me because I have a sweet tooth, which is pretty cool. And I've left two of the my favourites for last. I think a few of my favourites. We got the marshmallow. I'm not sure if there is any particular flavouring to this. I think that's just a normal unflavoured marshmallow there. There's nothing special about that. I was hoping it might have been melon flavoured or something like that, considering it was Japan, but it's just a plain marshmallow. And our last thing before the DIY candy is our grape gummy. Well, it looks like it's multi-packed on the inside. That's brilliant. That's what we got. Has a very funny sort of drawing on the side as well. Almost looks like chewing gum. There. Not entirely sure how that's meant to open. Reminds me of Play-Doh a bit. There we go. So we got some of these in the bag. It smells very rich of grape flavouring or grape candy flavouring, which I love. And yeah, you can tear it up into small pieces, which is pretty cool. I'm loving that. It's just like a gummy when you eat it. Absolutely love that. It's really nice flavouring in there. And then finally, we've got our DIY candy. So there are instructions which I think are reasonably obvious there, but I'm going to bring up the DIY kit instructions just in case I muck up that anyway. So in the packaging we have 1 powder sachet, 3 little ice cream scoops, a tray to mix everything in, and a little spoon. So it says to put the powder into the plastic tray. Oh, I think some of that's powder and some of that looks more like sprinkles, just how that is in there. And then we're meant to add 2 teaspoons. It's not quite a teaspoon. There, I've got some water, but I think I'll just have to sort of estimate some teaspoons with this. Let's try that to start off with. I can always add more, but I can't take any out. It's just whipping up into a bit of a cream, or a foam there, which is pretty cool. So a lot of the Japanese DIY candies sort of either turn into gummies or foam with flavouring them. It's pretty cool how they make some of the flavourings in these sometimes. You get all sorts of DIY candies where you can mix 2 different flavours and then you get something like grape come out of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we got our little comb and let's scoop some of this in there. That's pretty cool. So we got our little ice cream DIY candy, which is strawberry soft serve. It's really nice, a little bit sour, nonetheless really nice. It's got a little bit of a sourness tingle to it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But that's it for this box. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do comment down below and let me know what you thought of some of the candies. Please do hit the like button down below as well. Please do hit the subscribe button if you want to see more unboxing videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.